Welcome to another review here at Total Toy Recon. My name is Bob, and we are continuing our coverage with Diamond Select Toys Lord of the Rings Deluxe action figures. Now, we are reviewing Legolas today. We have done the Moria Orc, we've done Gimli, we've also done the Nazgul. At the end, we will build Sauron. He is the Build-A-Figure that comes with this. So, Diamond Select is doing their own Build-A-Figure. It's Sauron. He's going to be pretty big. We've gotten his waist, we've gotten his head, and we've gotten his scepter in the three figures we've done. It looks like we may have an arm or a leg here, or maybe an arm and a leg. Okay, so I haven't really opened him up yet, but let's find out. He is part of Series, Legolas is part of Series 1, part of the Gimli wave. We're going to open him up here, and you know, if you're an in-the-box collector, this new box that they're doing for some of their figures, they've done it for Star Wars. They've done it with Lord of the Rings, obviously. They're really nice. Good way to display it. Better than their big blisters. Going to get him out. Cool map of Middle-earth in there. But, you know, if you leave it in the box, you never find out exactly how cool it is. Now, there are people that will argue, yeah, take it out of the box. You know what's going to happen. And those are some of the older days. Some of us who remember McFarlane at the beginning, even NECA from time to time. But you know, we've had one or two leaps in technology here. So let's see how we're doing on the cool figures. So, looks like we've got some arrows to free. That's pretty nice that they were taped in, but that's cool. Gone. So our Build-A-Figure pieces are a leg, whoa, and an arm. And an arm that has the one ring on it. So Legolas kind of has a very important part. As far as the leg goes, just to give you an idea of the scale, the leg itself tells you how tall this guy's going to be. 5.5 inches just for the leg. So we've got another one of these. We'll get to it, but now we've got loads of pieces. We've got his scepter. We've got his waist. We've got his head. No shoulders yet. We'll get there. So there's Legolas, Orlando Bloom, or Mr. Katy Perry, depending on what you want to call him these days. Okay. All right, so let's start with let's do some close-ups here. Okay, I mean, it looks like Orlando Bloom. It's a really good face. Got to admit that. We do have on this figure, now if you go into some of our previous reviews of Gimli and the Moria Orc as well as the Nazgul, I do talk about the fact that there is no place to put the weapons. Being that he has a quiver here to hold stuff, it's nice that they added the sword pieces too. So Gimli really doesn't have those extra pieces. Interesting. Okay. So I haven't dropped anything. Everything is right in front of me. And despite having the two pieces for the sword, there is no sword. That is really unusual. So if you've known the movie, as you probably do if you're watching this, there are two swords here that Gimli pulls out. That Legolas pulls out. There's no sword. There's no double little sword, so that's interesting. That's kind of odd. So, Diamond, I don't know what's up with that. Bow has a little rope, gives a little bit of a give. So we are definitely, it looks like this is more the bow hand, the left arm, and then we are going to stick this in. Now, one of the things that I loved about the Toy Biz figure was you could actually make him shoot the bow, at least the one I had. And there were a couple different versions. So we've got a good hand here, if you look, of a quiver hand to pull. So let's get the rope in there first so that that's already established. And then let's put this hand, we'll move this hand over here. We'll bring this hand up here. I mean, this is like essential to posing of the character. You know, he comes with a bow. He should be able to hold the bow and look like he's about to shoot the arrow. So, I'm going to put him in here. I'm just still really weirded out and bothered by the fact that he did not come with those little swords. That's just weird. All right, so I'm having some issues here. Fingers are really, the fingers on the left hand, on the right hand, really do hold the rope, which is nice. It's just a matter of trying to get all of it in sync. And this is never easy. And, you know, in all, well, you know what? I'm going to go right-handed. And I'm pulling the hand back here. We're going to pull this in. I'm going to go and straighten out his arm. You're a bowman. Straighten out the arm. Keep your arm straight. It's funny how we have gauntlets on both sides so that you could shoot the bow. Yeah, no, it's tough. And it looks as if these fingers here on his left hand are actually made to hold the arrow like so. So let's try doing this. Now Gimli, if you look back at our review of Gimli, Gimli was actually able to hold the axe with both hands. And so was the Moria orc. He was able to hold both hands with the spear. But I'm not getting that, and that's weird. So again, I think Diamond Select should start actually coming with instructions for posing. They don't. And you could say, well, it costs extra money, Bob. Why would they do that? Well, they came with blueprints to the Rocketeer that were, you know, part of the character, how to build the rocket. So you can definitely stick little blueprints in there. Why couldn't you stick in instructions? So I'm having some issues here trying to get this pose, and we'll try to keep this short. But it needs something to rest the arrow and the bow on. So spots for the swords, no swords. Weird. So we're going to make him running Legolas as they're running out of Moria. I mean, he looks great. Just a little tough to pose with the bow and arrow. And you want him to be able to look like he's running with the bow or maybe even shooting it. I mean, as archers go in the history of cinema, Legolas is like up there with Robin Hood. You know, I mean, he was keeping track of how many he was attacking at all these different battles. This is something that you want him to be able to do. So far, I'd say Legolas is probably, out of the three that we've done so far, Legolas is kind of the disappointment. Size-wise, he's not too much bigger. I mean, Gimli is a little bit shorter to kind of give you the scale. Gimli's a little bit smaller. He stands cool. He stands really, you know, he's got a good look to him. You know, the Moria orc is pretty good. But again, you know, the Nazgul is still reigning in height. He's still the biggest one. A little weird that did not have the swords. I'm sorry to say it again, but it seems like an essential part to the character, and they should have been in the quiver. But you know, so far, he's got really good parts to Sauron. So I guess that's what we're saying. That's our upbeat. He looks good. He's a little tough to pose, and he can't really do anything with the bow and the arrow. So, you know, you need him. You want the whole set. You're going to get him. I don't think you're going to do much more than what I'm doing with him right now. So this is Bob from Total Toy Recon. Thank you, Diamond Select, for sending us out. Really appreciate it. We're going to build Sauron at the end. So if you go through all the videos, you'll see bits and pieces of him, but he will have his own video. Thank you.